Y'all ready for this?
I'm Dwayne. We're the new hockey team. And you are?
Varsity, the only hockey team.
Has this ever happened to you? You're just going along, being cool, minding your own business. Or maybe this is you. Things just aren't going your way, and instead of keeping your cool, you... No doubt about it. There are times when just getting through the day can be tough. That's life. But when things go wrong, don't go with them. Work it out. Talk it out. Figure it out. You can do it. And sometimes you can do it even better than you think you can. Hang with us, because the Mighty Ducks are going to give you 7 steps on how you can deal with the challenges in your life. The 7 steps are: 1. Slow down. 2. Listen up. 3. Acknowledge feelings. 4. Avoid you messages. 5. Define conflicts as problems. 6. Seek help. And 7. Admit mistakes. We'll learn about each of these steps in just a minute. First, let's meet the Mighty Ducks. When you first met them in the original Mighty Ducks movie, the Ducks were a bunch of ragtag kids just getting to know each other.
I am Goldberg! Goalie!
In Mighty Ducks 2, you watched as they learned how to come together as a team, and a great team at that. In D3, the Mighty Ducks, life takes on a whole new meaning as the Ducks go through changes once more, as players and as people.
We end up getting invited to a pretty prestigious high school.
Every Monday, you'll have a practice quiz. Every Wednesday, you'll have a real quiz. And anytime I feel like it, you'll have a surprise quiz or exam.
Gordon Bombay has to leave the team, so we get a new coach.
What's the one thing all great teams have in common?
Great coaching.
Don't try to suck up to me, Averman.
We usually rule our own turf, and now we're on someone else's turf.
There's kind of like a rivalry between the varsity team and the junior varsity team.
JV varsity game's on Friday. Then we'll show the whole school what a joke you really are.
I'm a goalie, not a skater!
As the Ducks grow up, they find themselves facing conflict in every direction with their coach.
And get those Duck jerseys off now. Let's go. Now, come on, let's go. Take them off. The Ducks are dead.
You're breaking up the best thing any of us ever had.
Team rivals.
Look, I don't like you pukes, all right?
Conflict within their own families.
I think the only thing that needs to change around here is your attitude.
What? Oh, give me a break.
And unfortunately, even conflicts with each other.
Look, man, we're on scholarship. I'm staying.
Fine, sellout.
Who are you calling a sellout, punk? Hey, hold on.
Stop it!
Things can get pretty intense even with the people you care for most. Imagine what can happen with someone you're just getting to know. That brings us to step 1, slow down. As an example, let's see what happens between Charlie, who's always been the Ducks team captain, and his new hockey coach.
My name is Coach O'Ryan. You can call me Coach or Coach O'Ryan.
You can call me Charlie.
You nuts?
That must be what that C on your jersey stands for, huh? Sure doesn't stand for captain.
Hey, Bombay gave him that C.
And I respect that, but that's the past. This is my team now, and I'll be selecting the captain.
You gotta be kidding me, right?
Over here! Over here! Freeze! I said freeze! Where's the one place you never want to clear the puck?
It looked...
Just answer the question, Conway.
Listen, I'm not a defenseman, I'm a scorer.
So what can you do when things start getting a little hot? Well, first of all, take a deep breath and slow down. Take a few steps back and give yourself some time to react calmly to a challenging situation.
It's going to take one thing. Starts with a W.
Good work, Coach O'Ryan, sir.
Wrong. Will.
Willpower. That's the key. By making yourself slow down and relax, you will be able to think for yourself. You'll be able to do so more clearly. And you might discover that the situation isn't as difficult as you originally thought.
Listen, if you learn nothing else when you're here, you learn this. It's easy to be confident when you have control of the puck. It's very, very difficult to keep that confidence when you got to take whatever strange bounces life throws your way.
Coach O'Ryan is right. So remember, slow down. Now, let's pause while you discuss this first important point of conflict resolution. Step 2. Listen up.
Now you listen up, and you listen up good. We're here for one reason, and one reason only.
To win, Coach Orion, sir.
No. To work.
What'd he say?
Listening. It's something we do without thinking nearly every minute of every day. But when you listen with your mind as well as your ears in a difficult situation, you can learn what the real problem is.
Charlie, I know you're going through a rough time. I understand. You know, not a day goes by that I don't think about you and the Ducks.
There are no ducks. Orion split us apart. You know, you left us with a real jerk.
Orion? Well, maybe you don't know the whole story.
Listen carefully to what is being said, and you'll find clues as to how the other person is really feeling and what he or she might really be talking about. As an example, let's go back to something Coach Orion said earlier to the Ducks about confidence.
It's very, very difficult to keep that confidence when you got to take whatever strange bounces life throws your way.
On the surface, the Ducks might think all Coach Orion was talking about was hockey. But in reality, his words also had a deeper meaning based on his own personal experiences. The Ducks and Charlie made a big mistake by assuming less.
That's his daughter. She was injured in a car accident about 5 years ago.
So that's why he gave up playing pros. I just thought he was some washed-up bully who couldn't hack it.
Sometimes a person will clearly state what his or her complaint is, or what is creating the conflict. But other times, you may have to listen more closely to determine the problem at hand. So listen up. Be a good listener. Your ears will rarely get you into trouble. Take a minute now to talk about how you can become a better listener, and how that can help you prevent conflict. Step 3. Acknowledge feelings.
That's the great thing about being goalie, you know? You always know where you stand.
You're riding the pine pony, pal.
Very funny.
Julie's won. You're too.
It's very easy to create conflict without knowing it. Take the case of Goldberg and Julie, two of the Mighty Ducks who want to be the first-string goalie. Hurt or unspoken feelings go a long way towards generating an inevitable confrontation.
So what if she has a quicker glove? Who's got the better stick?
You do.
I know that. And who's got the game experience, me or the cat lady?
You do. We let down, simple as that.
Hey, you let down. I played hard.
Instead of talking to each other about their feelings, Julie and Goldberg chose to isolate their feelings from each other instead.
Life isn't bad enough. I gotta worry about being nailed off the ice, too.
Because they didn't acknowledge their feelings, the situation escalated into something more destructive and disgusting.
Just want to congratulate you on being number one. I didn't have time to bake a cake, so I bought you a yummy array of goodies.
Thanks, Goldberg.
Hey, no problem. You know, you're gonna need a lot of energy to play on this level. Carbo loading, you know? See, this thing right here is packed with energy. I could even be your, nutritional advisor if you want.
Work those legs, Gaffney! Where's your energy?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Just get in the net, Goldberg.
Me? Sure thing. Okay, my pleasure.
Simply showing you're aware of the other person's feelings can diffuse many troublesome situations. And hey, guess what? The other person will also become more aware of yours.
Coach says I'm the starter.
Coach? I don't see any coach.
We'll split the shifts. I want a piece of these guys.
Learn to acknowledge feelings. Then together, you can find a good compromise. Step 4. Avoid you messages. Now remember when Charlie told Coach Orion,
You're breaking up the best thing any of us ever had.
well, laying the blame on others can immediately intensify an unpleasant situation. Anytime you say, you did this or you're doing that to someone, you can make them feel responsible for whatever has gone wrong, whether it's true or not. And that can make anybody angry.
You got that?
This is a quick but valuable lesson. You might think that blaming others makes things easier, but it doesn't. It makes them worse. Talk with your classmates and teacher on how avoiding blame can actually make things better. Step 5. Define conflicts as problems.
If it isn't Captain Ducky, get your hands off.
Conflicts are problems to be solved, not contests to be won. Unfortunately, it can take some people longer to realize that than others.
You know we're gonna hurt you. Bring it on.
Your first instinct may be to fight back in some way, to challenge or dispute. But look at what can happen when aggression comes into play.
Hey, number 9, bite me.
I'm a sellout, punk. Hey, hold on.
And the horse turds in the recipe.
Winning is a fact of life, and it's something we all want to achieve. But learn to recognize what is a contest and what is not. Conflict is not a contest. It's a problem that can be solved with clear thinking. Step 6. Seek help. If you can't figure everything out by yourself, don't be afraid to ask for help from a friend, a favorite role model, a school counselor, teacher, and yes, even your parents. There's always someone willing to help.
School is a nightmare, especially our new hockey coach. Have you ever heard of Ted Orion?
Yes. Yes, he left the North Stars when he was still in his prime.
This guy is no duck.
Perhaps you should show him the way, Charlie.
He doesn't exactly seem open to new learning experiences.
And the question is, are you?
Charlie had Coach Bombay and his old friend Hans to help him put things in perspective. Getting help from someone who's not involved in the conflict, someone you can trust, can allow you to view the conflict more objectively.
I was like you, Charlie. When I played hockey, I was a total hotshot. I told Orion about all this when I talked to him about taking over. I told him that you were the heart of the team and that you would learn something from each other. You did? I did.
With help, you'll be in a position to consider and rethink the situation in a more positive light. Once that happens, you'll be amazed at how much easier the conflict can be resolved.
I want to be on the team, Coach.
So don't be proud. Don't be stupid. Ask for help when you need it. Discuss what kind of help might be available to you. Step 7. Admit mistakes. Apologize if you're wrong. No, it's not easy, and yeah, it might hurt a little in the old pride department, but you'll get over it. And it won't only make the situation better, but believe it or not, it will make you feel a lot better. Now, if you just can't make yourself say the words, there are a lot of different ways you can express it. For example,
You all set for dinner Friday?
Dinner?
Well, it's an Eden Hall tradition. Varsity got to treat the freshmen to dinner.
now, talk more about the final way you can resolve conflicts in your life. Let's review the 7 steps of conflict resolution. 1. Slow down. Take a deep breath and think about what you're doing. 2. Listen up. Listen carefully to what's really being said. 3. Acknowledge feelings, yours as well as the other person's. 4. Avoid you messages. Blaming someone only makes things worse. 5. Define conflicts as problems, not contests to be won. 6. Seek help. Ask someone you trust for an objective opinion. And 7, admit mistakes. Admitting you're wrong makes you a better person. In Disney's D3 The Mighty Ducks, the Ducks faced many of the same problems that you and your friends face in your lives every day. And like the Ducks, you have now discovered how to resolve those conflicts in a positive fashion. You have figured out how to address challenges with good reason and solid creative thinking.
We're up to it, Coach.
I know you are. You deserve to win. Go get him, Captain.